of a massive company and how you get people to operate right. How you balance for being a good person and being a good boss. And the quote starts and says that sometimes you must become the bad guy that you hate to inspire good men to rise against you. That's what Donald Trump's quote said. And is that not what he had done yesterday? What you're describing as like General Flynn and him coming to get to him? Maybe that's what it is. Maybe he needs to become the bad guy that he hates to inspire good men to rise against you.
I mean, the government operates off of compliance, and his cabinet and everybody working for all those agencies, the millions of people, I mean, they have direct email access now to the White House. Prior to that, the succession of communication was not really one to one. I mean, when Elon has sent out these two emails to all federal employees to test them to see if they'll respond, I mean, they know. What I'm saying is they've reestablished the network, and this is like this org chart is getting pruned, and changes are happening, and it's what we need. It is libertarian in essence, but what we can't really, I think, figure out is if the IRS takes in 5 trillion a year supposedly, and it's costing us $100 billion a year plus to generate 5 trillion, and we're still our deficit is still in the like 2 trillion a year, and that just the interest is $1 trillion, and the National Defense Authorization Act is $1 trillion, and Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security is $1 trillion plus. It's like it's so bankrupt that like the rest of the world may be like, this is unsustainable. You'll never pay us back our debt. Like China knows it. Like that's what I'm saying. It's like a big Ponzi scheme, and so the accounting is all just fraudulent, and there is no auditing, and even Doge in itself is nothing more than a publishing little snippet. Like there's no real.
I think we defeat this. After all since you say this, I think the way we defeat this is we can go to China and Russia and we say, hey, we want to enter the United States into BRICS. I think we enter BRICS. I think we join BRICS as well as our own market, and that way we stay dominant. BRICS succeeds, they do better, we do better. I think that we should enter the United States into BRICS along with Russia and China.
Yeah, but BRICS just competes with SWIFT. So what you'd be saying is we would let BRICS. I mean, I don't know. Like that's interesting.
It would undercut the European dollar. I don't care about the European dollar in their markets or anything like that. What I care about is the American dollar and our markets and the Russian China markets. They're republics at least, and they're almost 4 times more successful than all the European countries combined.
Well, banks are bigger than ever before. Obama bailed them out. We bailed them out with the HEROES Act because the biggest asset management platform in the world is maintained at BlackRock, which is called Aladdin. So when the Federal Reserve gets a bill from Congress for the HEROES Act for $1 trillion, they go to Aladdin and they say, okay, we want to buy $1 trillion worth of your most toxic debt. Give it to us. And then they fill the bank accounts up at BlackRock with the $1 trillion, and they buy a useless asset in some kind of junk debt bond form. So this is like the masters of the dollar. But other banks do the same thing, and they try to keep parity with us. Like these economists and scientists, they are trying to do one-to-one currency manipulation, and really that's the forex market. And it's done at the central state bank level. Anyways, I mean, I'm saying there's not a speck of dust out of place in the universe, and like all fake news, this will be a nothing burger soon. And I have yet to see an actual something burger on this app or even in the news. Everything is just calendar based or cyclical. Like it's always a nothing burger. The only real thing burger is like when a nuclear bomb pops off or like major rockets attack. Like any kind of military stuff is real, and everything else is just like political hypnosis.
Yeah, I just hope they just walk back by the end of the week. I mean, I just the word yesterday alone, they just gave me such pause, and not just that, it's just the silence. It really is the silence from the left-wing media, who should be using this as their greatest weapon ever. And they're just like, ooh, we're not going to do anything. It feels like complicit almost.
But they're multinational. CNN and all these